Review and celebrate. Can you believe it? This is the final night of the Marriage Miracle program. What an experience this has been. This video is similar to the last one in that it's not one that you would play for the group if you chose to ever show any of those teaching lessons in the other weeks. This is just a video for you, the group leaders. I'm going to coach you through how to step through this final night. First of all, when everybody comes in, they'll be bringing their food that they have brought for the potluck dinner. So start on time with a short prayer of blessing over the food and ask the Lord to bless this final meeting. And go on ahead and begin to eat while the food is hot. We have done this in different order in the past. We would actually try and do the review first and the eating of the meal later, and it did not go very well. Everybody could smell the food in the other room. They're not thinking about the review. They're thinking about the food. And besides that, you might as well go on ahead and eat the food while it's hot. But as the eating and the fellowship and the conversation begins to settle down, gradually move into the review. I don't think you can wait until the eating is completely over, but just judge the moment and see when you can begin to start the review. Encourage them to take their Marriage Miracle book out as well as their couples manual and begin to review each week from 1 to 11. Again, you still need to be out by the right amount of time, so be respectful of their time. Just like the other sessions, you're going to have to gauge the other things that you have yet to complete in this session and make sure you allow enough time for them. But do your best to allow everybody to talk as much about each week's topic as possible. The point of this review is to hear how that particular week impacted their marriage and give them the opportunity to ask questions if they had questions about that particular week or that particular set of material. So what is happening in this time of review, it's actually a time of testimony. Each of the couples is hearing themselves and the other couples say that this program has impacted our marriage. This information works. So this is the good ground if you want to go back to Mark chapter 4, the 4 types of ground and soil. This is evidence that the seed was planted in good ground, it's taken root, and it is producing fruit. And it's a very, very encouraging time as you hear each couple state how each of the lessons has impacted their marriage. So this is the bulk of the last week, the final session, to give them opportunity to do that. At some point, needless to say, you'll need to take a bathroom break and give them an opportunity to get up and stretch. But while they're on their break or just coming back from their break, allow each couple to go off to some place fairly isolated and private and read their statements of commitment to each other. That was part of their homework assignment to read those statements of commitment to each other. I would not have them do that in the group for 2 reasons. One is they usually come out very personal, and it needs to be shared just between the two of them. This is not for the group to hear. This is for each person to hear their spouse read these words to them personally and privately. So have them go off somewhere, maybe it's outside or in another room, and read those commitments to each other. And by the way, don't be surprised if some of the couples don't take this pretty seriously and come back with their commitments typed and sometimes even framed. We have seen couples frame them and then put them on their nightstands or someplace in their house where they will see them on a regular basis. Many couples will take this as seriously as a vow renewal. This is very important. They have just been through 12 weeks of intense material, intense homework, in an intense attempt to make their marriage better. And now, at the end of it, I'm making a commitment to you, a new commitment to you. So take this pretty seriously. I'm sure you'll see that the couples do. As they're coming back from making their statements of commitment to each other, have them complete the anonymous program assessment. Now, I can't overstate this point. This assessment is huge. We have got to get an assessment back on every single person that goes through the program. If we don't receive one back, we will pursue you as the group leader to help us pursue the couple and get this assessment. It's vital to the quality control and the future growth of this program. And it's something that each person does individually. So don't send don't send a couple, both husband and wife, to do the assessment at the same time. Try and get them to go one at a time and take the assessment. Even if they walk into the room where you have the assessment for them to take, just do your best to make it individual and not, one couple telling the other couple how to answer. This assessment is very, very important to us. So give them plenty of time to complete the assessment while they're coming back in. The next is celebrate. Just celebrate. Allow them to tell their stories, to be funny, to be happy. This should be a very, very joyous time. These people have just made a huge investment in their marriage, and now they're at the end of it. They have seen the progress. They have seen the information, the seeds of truth take root and begin to produce fruit, and they are happy. So give them the opportunity to celebrate and just be happy with them. Of course, you can continue to have refreshments, and at the end, as that celebration is winding down, have each couple give you their marriage miracle certificate of completion, and you, the group leaders, will both sign them. And some will value this certificate more than others. Some will take it home and it will go in a bottom drawer somewhere. Others will frame it and be considerate of that. This certificate is proof that they invested the time. So someone else will look at that certificate and think, oh, that's sweet. They made the effort to work on their marriage. But when they look at that certificate, they will remember all of the work that they did to make their marriage the marriage that it has become. So complete their certificates, and then be careful to plan a group reunion, a potluck dinner meeting, in about 3 months. We added this to the program after many of the assessments came back with comments like, we want to get back together with this group in the future. We said it in the beginning, the awkwardness fades away and you begin to bond with these people. By this point, this is a reality. We have had couples, or groups I should say, where the couples were actually sad on the final night. This is the last time we're going to get together again. I mean, what are we going to do during this time on Monday nights from now on? We're going to miss you guys. So be sure to plan a potluck dinner, a reunion, about 3 months out. Just try and get it on everybody's calendar and work out a night that will make that happen. And the purpose of that meeting is Well, there's actually several purposes. One is just to give them the opportunity to come back and be with these people that they've bonded with. But secondly, and maybe even more importantly, for you as a group leader, it will be a check-in, a time for you to kind of put your fingers on the pulse of each one of these marriages and see how healthy they are. And it can be more of a casual, potluck dinner. We're just getting together just to see everybody again and enjoy an evening together. But you will see the opportunity to get a feel for how each couple is doing. And if you see that a couple has slipped already and they're not doing very well, then you want to encourage them to continue to get help. It may be to go through the program again. Are you serious? Go through the program again? Absolutely. Absolutely. They have a lifetime membership. They can go through it as many times as they need for the rest of their life. So if they need it again, most definitely go through it again if it's going to take another round. But don't become apathetic and just say, our marriage is not going to work now, or it's going to be troubled. We're going to have some of our old ways creep in and it's just going to be that way from now on. No. At that 3-month check-in, if you see that, do everything you can to encourage them to continue to get help. So encourage couples also to move on from this program onto other programs that are offered in your area or in your church that will strengthen marriages and families. Maybe there is a parenting class from the whole family. Maybe there is a couples date night or a fellowship group. Some of the other material that we offer. Whether it's from the whole family or just a program that their church or some community group in the area offers, encourage them to move on and continue to strengthen every aspect of their family and not give up, to continue making progress. Well, at this time, I would like to thank you for the time that you have invested as group leaders. My guess is by now you have experienced the joy in watching these couples go from difficult, challenged marriages to marriages that are much stronger. By the way, some of your couples will not be all better at this point. And that's tough to see because you know they're still having issues. But trust God to use the material that you have taught them to continue to strengthen their marriages. If you watched my personal testimony, my wife and I, in our 13th year of marriage, we hit rock bottom, went through a very similar program, and at the end of the 12 weeks, we were not all better. It actually took us about 2 years. But we had the tools like these that we needed to build a stronger marriage. Now, I have no doubt at all that God will richly bless you for the time that you have invested in leading this group these past 12 weeks. God bless you.